Hello and welcome to Amazon Realtalk episode number 10. Thank you for joining. Today I want to share with you our experience about how Amazon changed during the last 3 years, from the time during the pandemic and now the after pandemic time. As you know, 2020 the pandemic started and COVID-19 destroyed a lot of businesses and closed a lot of people at home and banned them to work remotely and only being able to source or to buy products online, closing down the shops and the restaurants. So this was a really big benefit for Amazon and other marketplaces and online shops. And during this time, during the first year, 2020, even our business grew by 200% in 1 year. So it was madness, yes. The demand was crazy. We couldn't keep up with the demand. We didn't have enough stock. Yes, we increased the prices. Our margin grew, and our main task was to get enough stock to cover all this demand. And this was at that time the biggest problem, yes, because all the supply chain was broken and the container prices grew and grew every month. At the end, we ended up paying $20,000 for shipping one container from China to Germany or from China to America, and before that it was about maybe 3,000, 4,000, yes. So it was a price increase like five or six times compared to 1 year before in 2019. So but nevertheless it was a good time for us. We made a lot of money during this time, and our business grew and our team grew, and we expanded to new markets. Even during this time we opened up new businesses in Europe, and actually most of Amazon sellers would wish that this time will come back once again, yes, but we don't want to have it. Sure, this is like a big drama for the world, yes, but it's a benefit if you're in e-commerce or selling on Amazon. So during this time, a lot of people who lost their businesses and lost their jobs, they saw that Amazon is a big opportunity and it's growing dramatically every month. So they decided also to join Amazon and become sellers. And the number of sellers grew extremely. Yes, for example, in one of our niches we had about 10 competitors before the pandemic in 2019. Now, basically 2.5 years later, in 2022, we have over 50 competitors. It's crazy. It's like five times as much competitors as before. And when all of them started in 2020, 2021, it was an easy game to start for them because the demand was still high because of the pandemic. The prices were high. They could start up with lower prices, lower margins, and still get their sales from the beginning, from the first days and weeks. So this gave them an advantage to grow during 1 or 2 years and get more substance. And now we are in 2022 and the world changed 100 degrees. So what changed right now? In the second quarter of 2022, it was the first quarter when the demand on Amazon actually dropped and didn't grow during the last maybe 20 years. Yes, it's not a smaller growth, it's a drop. And their financial statement showed that they made minus 3.3 or 3.4 billions in profit. Yes, so it was a minus business for them, this whole Amazon FBA business. Yes, so they make money in their cloud services, but the FBA and marketplace business, it was not profitable for them. So, and why is that actually? Yes, for Amazon, and how does it impact the sellers? So on the one side, Amazon expanded also very quickly during the pandemic. Yes, they built a lot of new warehouses, new facilities. They announced that they will hire 100,000 new employees for their facilities and grew super quickly. And I assume is if you have a big company and you grow super quickly, that the quality drops a little, yes, and that you are not able to keep up with the speed and make everything perfect. So they lost money during their growth to keep up with the pandemic demand. And now when the demand dropped in 2022, they have too many facilities, too many warehouses and workers that they need to pay, but they get less product sold. So it's obviously not profitable for them. And right now in 2022 they closed down some facilities in Germany, as I know, also in France, in USA, and I don't know how many, but like thousands of workers need to find a new job now, and they are fired. So Amazon also grew too quickly, didn't estimate the demand and the future development correctly, and is paying now for it in 2022. And the same thing applies also for the sellers like us and many others who didn't plan the demand correctly, and in 2021 we sourced way too many products because we expected that the growth from 20 and 21 will continue in 22, 23, 24, and that we need to source everything as much as possible and put all our money in inventory. This was a huge mistake for us, because right now in 2022 the demand didn't grow as we expected. It didn't grow smaller, it's just dropped, yes. And right now we are dropping to the level of 2019, yes, dropping to the demand of 2019, but having inventory in the amount of five times more than we need. And the same mistake a lot of other sellers made as well. And what happens now if everybody has too much stock and the demand is dropping and the overall pie is getting smaller? So if you want to get a piece of the pie, you need to lower your prices to get at least some sales, yes, to push out your inventory, to clean out your warehouses. And if everybody does it, like the overall price level drops and the margins drop. And this is what happens right now in our niche and in many other niches that I see in Germany and in US. And right now the prices are super low, even considering the inflation that we have now of around 9-10% in Europe, or even 15% in UK. This is the best time for buyers actually to buy any product they want, because they get, for example, from our brands, the lowest prices that we had during the last 2 years. It's insane actually, and at the time when the prices should grow, because the suppliers increase their prices and the inflation increases and the value of the euro drops, our selling price don't increase, or maybe just very little. Yeah, but actually no, they don't increase. We lower the prices. So, and now if you want to enter the market in 2022, you will be surprised, like how are they making money? Or you will be surprised after you launch the product, that then you will recognize that there are also many hidden costs that you didn't see at the beginning, like lost inventory, like customer returns and refunds, like higher bid prices on advertising, because all other market players are trying aggressively to push out their inventory and clean out the warehouses. This is a very difficult time right now actually to start on Amazon, yes. I don't say it's not possible, it's for sure, it's always possible. It depends on the niche and on the seller, yes. And this is also a very good saying that I heard from one of my colleagues: the niche always wins. So if you're a bad seller in a big niche, in a good niche, you will be profitable. If you're a good seller in a small niche, whatever you do, you will not be profitable, yes. So the niche always wins, and if you find the right niche, you can still be successful and run a successful, profitable business on Amazon. It just became harder to find those niches right now, but they are still out there. What is my forecast, and how do I see the future for selling on Amazon? I think now and into 2023 it's not the best time to start selling on Amazon in Europe, for sure. I assume the exchange rate for euro compared to US dollars will drop drop further until 0.85, 0.8. If it drops until 0.6, 0.7, it will wipe out a lot of FBA sellers and clean out the market. So if I would be you, I would only focus on USA right now. This is the marketplace where you can find profitable niches and where you have the lowest inflation. In Europe and in Japan, it's just crazy right now. Yes, especially Japan. It's I don't know what the future will bring, but not far from state bankruptcy, and I don't know how the inflation will change there. It may become hyperinflation and it will be impossible to do any business there. Not the easiest times right now to start. 1 or 2 years it was easier, but as always, yes, as the time goes it becomes more difficult, so it's not getting any easier. I think if you want to start, you should do it now. Just be careful with Europe and Japan, focus more on US right now, and then you can expand later to Europe and to Japan in next year or 24, when the market becomes more stable and easier to forecast. Thank you for joining. Be careful during those dynamic times that we have right now. Keep calm and everything will be good. See you next time.